All right, this is David Brox with Coach Matt Hall from Atchison. Talk a little bit about the early season and the players that you got coming back for this year.
Okay, David. Thanks for having us be here today. Thanks for putting this on. We've gotten off to a good start so far. We're 2-0 on the year. We battled through some injuries and sickness. I got Joaquin here sitting next to me, or down on the end, and Micah Birch here in the middle. Both playing for us, both starting for us. Joaquin's been banged up since football. I got Adam Smith, who's a starter for us. He's been banged up a little bit since football. Micah here, he's suffered from a wrist injury he had right before basketball season started. And, Tay Helms, another starter for us, has been out sick. The second week there, missed a lot of practice. So, we've kind of been banged up, been injured. But the season's gotten off to a good start. The kids are playing hard. We're getting up and down the floor, creating some turnovers on defense, and really playing kind of an excited brand of basketball. And it's good to see these guys really buying into it because we are playing a little bit different than what we were last year, and getting up and down a little bit more than what we have been, playing a little bit more aggressive style of defense. And it's been fun to watch and see these guys buy into it and go out and get after it.
So you guys lost the two bigs, the Chambers and
Yeah, Jarrell Rawls and Rashawn Chambers are two.
So you mentioned a different style. So I mean, specifically because of that, just because of having a lack of size to be able to put on the line.
Yeah, we don't. Our front line this year. Micah, he's a starter for us. Micah's maybe 6'3", probably more like 6'2", like say 6'3". Then Tay Helms, he's our other forward. He's 6 foot, strong kid, strong and athletic kid. But we don't have the height that we had last year. Probably overall. Down low with the athleticism that we had last year. Mike is fairly athletic, and Tay's pretty athletic, but, not as athletic as Rashawn and Jarrell, where they were long and lanky and really cover a lot of ground. So, yeah, we'll miss that a little bit, but, we're doing a better job. We face two teams that have had some quality post play, and which is a good test early on because we want to see and find out if we could rebound. And we've been able, the first game we out-rebounded Falls City. And then I think the last game we were out-rebounded, but it wasn't by a wide margin. It was like by 1 or 2 rebounds. So we were right there, which that's good to see because we're team rebound. I think that was a key going into the season, us being able to rebound and control the glass and in the defensive possession, with a rebound. So,
Micah, talk a little bit about taking over. If you have two seniors, leaders on the team, not transfer, but graduate, and you having to take over that role.
Well, I gotta talk a lot more, talk to the other guys to have them step up some, come rebound, help rebound.
Joaquin, you having to come down and get a few more boards this year, maybe not able to get out as quick, but are you rebounding at all this year so far?
Yeah, Coach made a big push towards me rebounding. He told me since day one that would be a main goal. So it basically started over summer. That's when he really worked with me on really pushing me to rebound.
So talk about talk about the transition from you had a real successful football season and being able to come back over and turning basketball back on. Talk a little bit about that process of what you do to trying to prepare your body from the the pounding from football to getting back on the basketball court and playing that game.
It's always like a little rough start of Christmas break off because you still a little in football mode, or you feel like you should be still playing when when you go battle through injuries at the very end of the season, a lot starts to happen. Basketball comes much quicker than what you imagine it. So you just got to take it day by day, take care of your body, eat right, and ice. Ice is a big part of what I do.
So talk about the style Coach was talking about here, new style. You obviously being at the point guard. Talk about how would you describe what you guys are doing so far, from a strategy standpoint.
Really, I love the new style because it allows us to spread the court more often. And pretty much all of our guys can shoot the ball this year, legitimately. Even Micah, he has a nice shot on him for a nice touch around the rim and on the perimeter. So it brings a lot of more excitement and entertainment to the game.
So, Coach, you coming off a state trip last year. Talk about some of the goals or what you anticipated what this team is going to be able to do this year.
I do think, David, that we got a good team. I think we got a lot of good pieces, and I think we've kind of fit a lot of those pieces around Joaquin. Obviously, he's a really good player, but we've also got other guys, like Joaquin spoke about, Adam and Tyler, Cole Bateman, those guys that can really shoot the ball. They've kind of gotten off to a rough start and kind of surprisingly, but I'm not worried about it because I think they'll get going. Like I said, Mike can step out and shoot the ball as well. So we've got a lot of pieces there that, kind of fit into what we're doing. That's kind of the reason why we changed our style of play a little bit. But, going in, and we're just trying to take it one game at a time, take it one practice at a time, and just get better right now. Obviously we have our goals. These guys want to get back to the state tournament. We'll have a tough road. I think we're paired up with Eudora, Tonganoxie, and DeSoto, I think, is in our sub-state. So that's a tough road, and obviously, like every team in the league, we got aspirations of winning the league. And having a successful year and we're going down to the Border Classic this year in Pittsburgh, Kansas, and going down there and competing and being successful down there. So yeah, we've got our goals and we've got them set high, and we kind of expect to get back to where we were last year, and maybe even make a little bit deeper run, because last year we kind of left that state tournament with a sour taste in our mouth. You go down there and we didn't play as well as we did. I think the stage got to us a little bit, and so we want to get back to that. We want to go do that again and try to, improve on our performance from last year.
So this is your fourth or fifth year?
This is my fifth year.
Fifth year.
Yeah.
Talk about where you are, program-wise. Are you meeting your goals, expectations, or where, if you were to self-evaluate yourself and where you have program perspective?
Right. Yeah, I would. Yeah, after going 0-20 your first year, I think looking back, I'm probably still pretty lucky to be sitting here. You know what I mean? So, yeah, and then the next year, we've always improved, and I think, as I judge myself, and what we're doing with our program, I think the thing is we've gotten better each year, and our record has kind of hovered around in that range, but we've always had one or two more wins or going to the state tournament my fourth year after going 0-20 in my first year. I think that's an accomplishment for us in our program, and what I like to see is more kids in the lower levels are starting to get more involved. We're developing our program down there basically from the bottom up, and we're starting to get more competitive on a whole now. In the past, it's been our varsity's been competitive in the last 2 or 3 years, but you're starting to see our JV guys start getting more competitive, and even our junior high teams are coming along, and they're becoming, competitive and winning a lot of games and having a lot of success down there. So we got some younger kids coming up, and so yeah, I like what we're doing with the program. I like where it's at. We still want to keep striving for greatness and excellence and get to the ultimate goal, and that's winning the state championship and having that breed of excellence year after year. But I think we're on our way, and I think we've done a nice job. And I've had a lot of support from administration, and I've had good assistant coaches and obviously good players. You got to have good players.
Right.
So
overall, we were talking a little bit earlier. League, players, a lot of good players graduated last year. Do you think that you're in a position with the players that you had to be able to compete in league this year?
Oh yeah. I think we're definitely in a position where we compete for a league championship. I know there's going to be some tough teams. I know, certain teams like Wyandotte. I know they lost a lot from last year. I know Sumner lost a little bit, especially with losing Sykes' kid to transfer, and Jalen leaving as well. Who else is in there? Schlegel's got a lot back. Those kids played a lot of ball for them. You look for a challenge from them as well as all those other schools, because the league is always so athletic that for us, from a standpoint, looking at guys coming out there and all the athleticism they bring to the table, whereas us being a smaller school,
right.
it's hard to get all those kids out and have that pool to take from there, but I do think this might be the year that we could go out and really challenge and push for a league title. We got a tough one on Tuesday night, starting off with Washington. And I know they'll be ready to go, come up here and play.
Absolutely. Why can't you talk about, you guys gotten a couple of league titles in football? How important would it be for you to get a league title and get one in basketball, considering how dominant the other teams have been in the league?
Well, everyone knows, around our school, that that's what the bread and butter of our league is. That's why. That's the big push. They see the football league titles and they say, congrats and all, but we want to see a basketball one, and that's the big push this year. That's one of our big-time goals for the team also. And I really honestly think this year we could really fight hard for one and have a chance.
How important is the football success that you guys have had, and just the fact, having success over there? How does it help the basketball team at all from a –
I've always thought our football, the success we've had in football, it always translate and pull over into basketball. And I know these guys have had success and experienced success, and yeah, I think it plays a big time role in it. You know, you like to see, you know, and I'm an assistant coach too as well, so you like to see those guys do well out there on the football field and then translate into success on the basketball court.
So, Michael, from a player perspective, what do you think about some of your goals? What are your goals for, you know, this team and yourself individually?
Well, I'm trying to rebound a lot, get a lot of the rebounds. Like score when I can to help out the team. And, yeah.
Mike is the shot one.
Oh, that's all good. That's why we do this, so we can get them talking and get used to doing it. So, Joaquin, talk a little bit. Where are you at for recruitment wise? Do you look at yourself more of a football player or a basketball player? What are your goals in terms of what you want to do next level?
Next level, I actually honestly still debate about both. I'll be making more of my decision mid-January after I take my official football visits and get all like full after Christmas break. Like a lot more people have started keeping in contact with me for interest in this month of December, so I'm gonna wait that out. And then basketball, I'm sure like there's quite a few that came just at the start of the season, and I'm gonna give it a little time for Christmas break also, and then I'll make my decision.
Talk a little bit about your summer. I know you did a lot of traveling over the summertime with basketball and stuff like that. Maybe some of the tournaments that you played in over the summer as well. Talk a little bit about that process and all the driving you had to do this past summer.
Well, that actually helped out a lot. Let me see a lot of big-time basketball, a lot of game, like a lot of recruitment, how to develop my game, like little things, what everybody that is great and is seen as great, what they're doing. Like I met a lot of important people, seen like a lot of collegiate players and NBA players in my time. So like it helped me develop my game in whole, playing against higher competition that I won't see around this area, or around my area specifically.
Okay, Coach. Any parting words?
No, we just, thank you. Like I said, thank you for what you do. Thank you for your website and getting the word out about these guys. And we look forward to another successful year and working with you guys and playing in the league and getting that exposure out there for these guys, because I think it's a big deal. We're kind of stuck up here in Atchison. There's not a lot of exposure, regionally. Locally, the newspaper does a nice job, but outside of that, we don't have anybody, and we kind of look to you, and you do a nice job. So we do definitely appreciate that.
Absolutely, no problem. All right, Coach, we wish you guys the best and good luck this week against Washington.
All right, thank you.
All right, have a good one.
Yep.